Looks to have opted for the 8-iron. See if he can get that one to come back to the left a little. Terrific approach and a chance for a birdie here on the 5th. Okay, steady now. Pretty good chance here. This one's for par.
With this putt, he'll go one up on Bubba. And Bubba, well, never count him out. He may be all over the place, but he'll get you.
So no movement on the leaderboard, remaining at even overall. This is a short par 4, always a fun hole to play.
Really hoping they play this one aggressively.
Second shot here on the 6th. This one's going right at the pin here.
And how about that for confidence? Going right at the pin here in the midst of their rivalry with Bubba Watson. Love seeing that sort of play.
Oh, I don't mind this par putt. Trailing by a couple of strokes now. It looked like it came out of a cannon. Well, Rich, it's become a bit of a new age thing on tour. A couple of rivalries that heat up on social media. We've seen a number of other players that call each other out. What have you made of this social media age?
Well, you better have thick skin if you're going to get into the social media arena. Thankfully, they didn't have it when I was out there on tour because I don't know if I could handle it. I certainly couldn't be trusted with it back then. But I think if you're going to go into that arena, you have to treat social media like it's just something that it's fun to do. If you do go down that rabbit hole in social media, you better be prepared for the consequences.
As we move along to the next hole, they're currently tied at the top of the leaderboard with Jon Rahm.
Moving up the leaderboard, I like it.
Come on, look after us. Little bounce to the right here. Well, Rich, this won't come as a big surprise, will it? Because there's a lot of people talking about this player. They've been performing beautifully all season, and many think they can win this event.
Without a doubt, the best player all around on tour in my mind's eye. It is no shock to see them contending for the lead once again.
That's nicely done. And now to Bubba Watson.
Coming off a bogey on the last hole.
Let's catch up with the current proceedings. And what's in front of them there, Henny?
Setting up here from about 185 yards.
This looks to be heading to the green. That's inside the house of opportunity. Trying to get to 2 under with this putt.
This is their look at birdie.
It was on a good line. Just a tiny putt is all that remains. And after that hole, the standings have this player in 2nd place behind Tiger Woods. Rich is one of the rare players to ever tame the Tiger in a major championship. How did you manage to do it?
Taming him, that's a big stretch there. You know, I did it because I never had to play with him. I was fortunate enough to not be paired with him the 3rd round, nor in the final round when I was paired with Justin Leonard. And going back to the comments about the roars, you know, not knowing that was him making those birdies. You assumed it was, you couldn't deny that it was, but not knowing, it was a lot easier to say, well, that was Fred Funk, who he was playing with in the final round, who was having such a great week as it was. It was easier to deflect that a little bit. I think if I would have played alongside him, I think things might have been a little bit differently because he does bring a different energy and sometimes it can be uncomfortable. But when you start hearing those roars going up and you're playing with him, well, you know exactly what's going on. But when you're not playing with him, I was able to kind of deflect what he was actually doing, and I was fortunate.
3 feet to go here to the hole.
Solid little par putt here.
He's currently sitting in 2nd. It's time for a one-shotter. Going with the 9-iron, I think. Oh, well played. Here's a putt to move into a share of top spot on the leaderboard. It's just about 3 feet away. Now let's change gears and head over to Bubba Watson.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
And after that effort, this is how the leaderboard looks. Our current leader is enjoying a one-shot lead. Well, the 13th hole here at Echo Park Golf Club is not as kind. A big hole at 504 from the tips.
Well, thankfully, it's slightly downhill off the tee, but yes, avoid those bunkers down the right-hand side, and of course, that meandering brook that is a feature of this golf course. Big hitters can actually take it over everything down that right-hand side, but that's for the brave few. Second shot, downhill slightly to a massive green. Just some big bunkers on the left-hand side, but plenty of bailout room over to the right.
Well, that's a bit disappointing. Well, at least it wasn't a double. This hole here is a par 4.
No harm, no foul there with that shot.
Second shot here on the 14th.
That dog will hunt.
And Henny, what are they looking at here?
Setting up this putt 20 feet from the cup.
Oh, so close. Well, that hole's behind us. More to play. And now to Bubba Watson.
Yeah, he just made bogey on that last one.
Oh, that's great. It just missed the hole. Tiger Woods back in his familiar spot. Currently in the lead as we head to the next tee. Rich, considering everything that's been said about the great Tiger Woods throughout his entire career, it almost seems superfluous to add anything more to it. But what that man has meant to the game and again, to people like yourself who have gone on to win major championships as well.
Yeah, I would think what Tiger has brought to the game is just he changed the perception of the game as it being kind of an old man sport. And all of a sudden, he's out there winning and fist pumping and getting the crowds fired up and everybody into the game. It just kind of changed the entire complexion of it. No longer do you have these old guys that are dressed poorly with big beer bellies, and all of a sudden, you know, you got guys that are young and wearing these tight-fitting clothes, going into the gym and treating it more like a business instead of just a sport. He really changed the entire dynamic of the game, the landscape of what it takes to become a great player. And, you know, everybody else was just kind of sitting there and all going, well, how does he do this? Well, it's almost like he had a plan, a master plan to go out there and listen, I'm going to dominate by being physically better, mentally better, and I'm just going to steamroll these guys. And when he first started doing that, everybody's kind of looking back going, okay, he's taking this seriously. Maybe I need to start taking it seriously too, right? So it's just one of those things that came along that nobody knew what to really expect of him. But he told us right away, listen, I expect to win every single week out there, and sure enough, that's what he did.
Should find the green. Pay attention, folks. That's how you play golf.
Already had a few birdies today. Another opportunity for another one. Let's take a look.
Chance to sneak into the top 5 here. A well hold. He'll take the birdie. And that puts him into the top 5 for the tournament. And with that now, back to level par.
Well, now, things have gotten interesting. Closing the gap.
This is a good time to get hot with the tournament on the line. Great shot. That was a little untidy, wasn't it? And this putt to move into a tie for second. This putt is for a score of 72. And with it, that concludes his event. Well, Rich, we had high expectations for this player early, but sadly, no win in the end.
No, they just couldn't quite get their game going in the final round. Unfortunately, comes up a little bit short, but what can I say? Another solid performance.
Well, on behalf of myself, Rich Beem, and all the hard-working folks at HB Studios, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. 2K Sports and the PGA Tour, proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Falcon Open is about to begin.
Hello, I'm Luke Elvey alongside 2002 PGA Championship winner Rich Beem, who's in the booth. And it's a hello to Henny Koyak down on the course following our featured group.
Hi Luke, I'm looking forward to bringing you the action from the ground level for this week's featured group. Now there's a sense of heightened competition this week, and this player has mentioned that they're starting up a rivalry this week with their playing partner.
Well, Henny, it sounds like they're trying to beat young Will Zalatoris. I'm really looking forward to this matchup.
Oh, as am I. Wily Will found his way onto the tour in a very unusual manner, and he kept himself there. The pressure is not too much for him. He can handle anything. He's a fierce young man, a young man of the future, and I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with his game. Where can you beat him? Where can you see any of those defenses? He's very confident, and as I said, Luke, he can take that pressure.
Yeah, well, he might be slight in stature. I think he's 160 pounds wringing wet, but he's big on confidence and bold with his iron play. There is not a flag he won't fire at, so if you want to beat Will Zalatoris, you better go hole hunting.
This one needs to kick left. Well, that'll work. Up on the dance floor. Could have been worse.
A birdie putt awaits.
A bit long on that one. And in it goes for the par.
Now let's switch our attention to Will Zalatoris.
He's sitting there just in third place.
So after that effort, let's take a look at the leaderboard. Here we are at the fourth hole. One win so far this season. Looking for number 2 here today. And here we are with the third shot. 2 strokes off the lead. Good chance to move to even par if they can make this putt.
What a great opportunity here for a look at a birdie.
And down it goes. Just 2 shots back after that hole. Here we are at the 5th hole of Foxhole Golf Links. 424 par 4 from the tips.
And only the really long players in the game are going to be able to fly those bunkers down the right-hand side. The shorter players are going to have to hit it out to the left-hand side with maybe not quite a driver, but from there, it's really just a flick of a second shot, as this hole is just 424 yards. I'm thinking that every player is looking at this as a birdie opportunity.
And this putt to move into a tie for 4th place. Well, Rich, from where I'm sitting, this looks makeable. Do you agree?
I really can't say I'm a fan of their chances on this one, Luke, but I tell you what, I've been wrong once before.
Ooh, just missed that one. Okay, so that finishes that hole. Trailing by 6 shots after that hole.
Looks like they got all of that one. That's on a good line.
Henny, what have they got in front of them here?
Setting up here from about 175 yards.
Nicely done. Okay, Henny, what's he looking at with this putt?
This is downhill. Can't be too bold.
Bit too heavy-handed there.
Why don't we catch up with Will Zalatoris?
He's just coming off a drop shot on that last hole.
And how did that shot impact the score? Let's have a look at the leaderboard. And with that effort, now 3 over for the day. Deep into the front 9. Here we are at the 7th hole. Not quite the shot he was wanting. Rich, there's plenty of paths to the PGA Tour, but few seem to bash their way to the PGA Tour quicker than Will Zalatoris. It was an immediate impact he had, and it's just such an exciting game he possesses.
Watching him go from the Korn Ferry Tour and essentially bypassing all of that fairly immediately with the 3 wins and getting onto the PGA Tour and having such a profound effect when he was out there really is quite astonishing. Without getting the win, but seemingly in contention each and every week out there, you feel the sky is the limit for what's going to happen with this young man. He is so disciplined in what he does in a round of golf. He's got a great mind in the way that he approaches the game and how he advances the golf ball to point A to point B to point. He sees this golf course 3 shots in advance. It's just kind of like it's right there in front of him. He reminds me of an old school pool player who he's already made all the shots. Now he just has to go ahead and just sink the next one because he set himself up perfectly for the next one. It's impressive.
Looking really good, this one.
Putting for a par now.
Well, that was a positive hole. A little shift up the leaderboard. Well played. Wonderfully played. A big, bold play, and it almost paid off. Close to the surface. Let's see if they can get it up and down.
It's an aggressive play, Luke. Like to see it on this par 5.
And back to the play, shall we? Getting ready to play their third. All right, Henny. What's he got in front of him here with this putt?
Yeah, they've left it in the perfect spot here, just below the hole. They can be aggressive up the hill.
This putt's about 4 feet from the hole. And this player's moving up on the leaderboard after that hole. Looking at a par 5 here. Yeah, this is a quality looking shot, this one. That should find the short stuff. Second shot here at the 10th. And this player's really going after it here, Rich.
2 big hits there, knocking in on this par 5 and 2.
Oh, that one was zooming past the hole.
This putt about 11 feet in distance.
And this putt to draw even with Will Zalatoris.
Our leader is a couple of shots up at this stage. Here we find ourselves on the tee of a par 4. Good shot there, Beamer. Henny, what's the player facing here?
And from around 135 yards.
This is a ball striking clinic. Yet another green in reg here.
Well, the practice is paying off here, Luke. This player is relentless.
Okay, let's get back to the action. This putt coming up is for birdie. Ooh, right by the hole. Unable to take advantage of the great approach there, Rich. The 12th hole at Foxholm Golf Links is a strong par 3 measuring 216 off the back tees.
Luke, this is by far the scariest shot on this golf course. The runoff area to the left is severe. That golf ball will definitely run back into the hazard unless they catch a fantastic break. Players are definitely be bailing out to the right, but make sure you come up short and right because you want no part of that greenside bunker.
All right, going with a little bit more club. Let's see.
That's well played. Anything on the green from there was fine.
Henny, you've had the chance to have a look over this one?
This is an outside chance. Maybe a lag putt even. He's got 30 feet. They've got this to get ahead of Will Zalatoris and leave him in their dust trail.
Yeah, that looked to be a bit of a misread.
Looks good.
They're nicely holed. Now let's switch our attention to Will Zalatoris.
It's been neck and neck. He's actually tied with his rival. This is tough. Can he do it?
And after that effort, let's take a look at how it stands. And after that performance, they'll stay right where they are in the standings.
second shot here on the 13th. Choosing the 9-iron here. This is looking pretty good in the air. Yeah, quality shot that. And this putt is for birdie 3 on the scorecard.
That'll sting a bit.
I think he gave that one too much respect. They didn't want to hit it too hard and go racing past the hole.
Let's see what happens here at the 14th. And after a par at the last, a chance to perhaps signal some intent. Any bounce to the left here would be helpful. And this from the greenside rough. Wow. Nice recovery there.
Yes, very smooth tempo there on that chip.
Now 6 strokes back after that hole. This hole is a par 3. And choosing the 8-iron here. Yeah, you hit a beauty, didn't you? What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
All right, down the hill here. Got to be gentle.
Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it? Solid par putt, that. Why don't we catch up with Will Zalatoris?
He's 1 stroke behind his rival in this event.
Looking like they're going to play the fade here. Sitting at 3 over for the event. Time to see what this par 4 has in store. Well, on the tee now, coming off a par. Chance to pipe one up the middle. Lovely effort, that. I'm not sure that's what they had in their mind. That's further right than they wanted. And here we are with the 3rd shot. Whew. Oh, wonderfully played chip shot.
Just eyeballing that one, trying to make it.
Our current leader is enjoying a 2-stroke lead. Atta boy, good shot. Time for the 2nd shot at the 17th. Sitting at 3 over par. Time now for the 4th shot. That's frustrating. This putt of about 7 feet to the hole. Well, that's disappointing. This putt's for double. Now let's switch our attention to Will Zalatoris.
Oh, he's out in front here in this rivalry, but can he stay that way?
Trailing by 8 strokes now after that hole. And they'll have to compose themselves now with this tee shot after a double bogey at the last. Oh, well done. Playing from around 190 yards out. Looks to be going with the 6 iron. Woo, back there, horsey. Now, that was a safe play. This putt from around 18 feet. Just didn't drop. Oh, this would be a good one to make. It's for par. Top effort, that. And this putt for a final score of 78. And that'll be all she wrote today. Well played.
And as we take a look at our rivalry results, it's a big thank you to Henny for bringing us all the magic from the course today.
Oh, it was a pleasure to be able to follow the action out there today, Luke.
On behalf of myself, Rich Beem, and all the hard-working folks at 2K Sports, thanks for tuning in, and see you next time.
Sports and the PGA Tour are delighted to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup.
Today's coverage of the Farmers Insurance Open is about to begin. I'm Luke Elvey alongside Rich Beem in the booth, and it's a hello to Henny Koyak down on the course following our featured group.
Yeah, thank you so much, Luke. I am so happy that I have been put with these two players because they've been going back and forth at each other on social media leading up to this event. They seem to really have something to prove, a bone to pick with each other, and it'll all be settled out on the golf course today.
Yeah, well, looks can be deceiving, can't they? While it might remind you of Happy Gilmore's caddy, this player is one to beat, and good luck in this rivalry because you're going to need it.
Second shot on the second.
What's in front of them, Henny?
Setting up this putt 18 feet from the cup.
Oh, just missed. Putting for par.
Why don't we catch up with Will Zalatoris?
He's currently in first place, looking to hold that lead here.
Let's take a look at the leaderboard as it stands. He's currently tied for first. There are so many stunning golf holes on this entire property, and this third, the par 3 downhill, certainly one of the elite holes on the course.
It might be stunning to look at, but it is painful. Can be extremely painful to play. Downhill all the way. When they tuck the pin over on the left-hand side, forget about it. Never hit it there. Only when the pin is in the center or the right part of the green should you be taking dead aim. Other than that, center of the green all day long.
And with that lovely play, they're now ahead of their rival. It's getting serious, isn't it?
He finds himself in a share of the lead. One of the hardest holes on the entire property is the par 4 fourth, Rich. It is a strong, demanding hole right from tee to green.
Very picturesque, this fourth hole. Pacific Ocean directly to the golfer's left-hand side. Don't be sucked in by the views, however. You want no part of that. And you certainly don't want any part of that fairway bunker down the right-hand side either. Find the fairway, and you've got a good chance at knocking it on this green in 2. Be wary, though. Anything long and left on this green is no good.
Well, with a pocket full of FedEx Cup points over the last half a dozen starts or so, this player certainly has been delivering consistent results and pushing for wins or winning, Rich. Do you expect that to continue here this week?
It's never a surprise when you speak this player's name. They've been so good all year long. They've got to be one of the favorites, not only for this tournament, but also for the season-long FedEx Cup.
Anything in 5 feet to be handy from here.
This is huge for momentum. Gotta try and hold this. This for par.
$15 feet to the cup. That was a gallant attempt. And that brings to an end that hole.
Now let's switch our attention to Will Zalatoris.
He's currently in 3rd place.
And let's see what that shot did to the leaderboard. He's currently tied for 6th.
Unfortunately, backing up slowly but surely on that leaderboard, Luke.
Looks like this one's heading safely for the fairway. From about 130 yards here.
Just 2 shots behind.
Good shot there.
Why don't we catch up with Will Zalatoris?
Well, he's in the spot he feels most comfortable. That's 1st place. I don't think he's going to want to let that go.
Trying to get back to even par with this putt.
He's staring down a birdie putt here.
Come on, let's make this putt. It's for a share of 4th on the leaderboard. Job done. Let's head to the next. So no change on the leaderboard for this player after that hole.